Hello. Have you got your own POA branch now?
Still morning, isn't it?
That
yes,
is,
still
yes.
morning, isn't it?
Yeah, we're actually the largest PRA branch, believe it.
Yeah. How long's that been running?
About 14 months.
Yeah, because I did raise that at the AGM.
Yeah, so what happened was we had when the riders originally started, they did a lot of things like for the South Atlantic Medal Association, and people were putting money, hands in their own pockets to buy things like this, and we had too much money in the bank, and we had to sort of somehow get registered as a charity.
Yes.
So they approached Paul Raisin,
Yeah.
and said, would you be happy, bearing in mind there's
16 years. I had 16 years in Cape Town as a teacher,
Right.
and then 16 years in this great country, and then I started. Then I retired, and I became a technician. That's where I met John Harrod,
Right.
because he was the building manager of that big site of an independent school.
You worked at the
Yeah.
Prince Marchant School.
Yeah, that's right. And so I just do 2 days a week there.
He's retired now. Retired on the
Yeah, he's gone now and he's on his motorbike.
27th of March he retired,
Yeah.
and then set off on the Silk Road 2 days.
Correct.
Wow, they're having some epic trips, aren't they? Some of their photos are fantastic.
They've had to change their route 3 times because for 1 minute they were going to have to go through Iran. Now, obviously they couldn't go through Ukraine. Now they got permission to go through Azerbaijan. And goodness, they're having a right sort of trip.
So you're following his journey?
Yeah.
I thought you took it. I took some good person behind me. The Falklands Ride of Respect is now in its 6th consecutive year and was the idea of Major retired Paul Moore, ex-9 Squadron, who was attached to 3 Para in 1982. The ride was inspired by a Jimmy O'Connell of 3 Para and had details of all the 3 Para graves from the impressive research he did when writing his fantastic account of the Battle of Mount Longdon, 3 days in June. Jim called Paul one day and asked if he lived anywhere near Lanchester in the County Durham, as one of the 3 Para lads rests there. One of the 3 Para lads rests there, Stuart Lang. Paul set off to find the grave, and since then has made it his task and honour to go to Stuart's grave every year on behalf of 3 Para and all the attached arms, and the same he does in Edinburgh at the grave of his section commander in 9 Squadron who died on Mount Longdon, Scotty Wilson. Paul was shocked as he realised that he did not even know where one of his mates was buried. There must be others out there. There started the research into where all the Falklands grave sites are located, and following the success of the 2019 Ride of Respect, which only concentrated on the 3 Para graves, the following rides included all other Falklands war graves and memorials in the United Kingdom, which included people from the Marines, the Scots Guards, Irish Guards, Welsh Guards, Navy and Air Force. Now, the first 2 rides that they did as a group of 4 people, of which many riders just joined part of the ride, but they did the full 2,700 miles, starting in Scotland over to Northern Ireland and the entire UK island. Now it is split into 15 separate rides that go from all over the UK and Northern Ireland. They all happen on the same day, and Some of the rides do more than one grave, depending on what geographical area it is. This ride is just Private Parr's grave today. So it's just about the grave sites, most certainly not. Our ride is conducting for the following reasons: remembrance, to demonstrate they are not forgotten; respect for their families and the pain of their loss that continues; and the awareness to let people know where our fallen lie. The support is by fundraising for SAMA 1982, which is South Atlantic Medal Association 1982, whose support gives comfort to veterans and families. So that's the background of the Ride of Respect. For those that are not aware who Paul Moore is, Paul Moore and Charlie McColgan were two of the key people who have done the full Ride of Respect on two separate occasions. Paul was a young Lance Corporal in 1982 and on Mount Longdon lost his section commander and had to take over the section as a 21-year-old Lance Corporal. And Charlie McColgan lost his best friend John Pashley on Mount Tumbledown when he was attached to the Scots Guards and with 3 Troop 9 Squadron. So they were key to the initial Ride of Respect. So please forgive me if any of this is not superbly accurate, but this is the eulogy of Private Dave Parr, 2 Para. David Allen Parr joined the Parachute Regiment in April 1980 and undertook P Company as a member of 465 Platoon in June 1980. After passing out on the 5th of December 1980, he was posted to the 2nd Battalion, Parachute Regiment, 2 Para. Private Parr served in Northern Ireland under Operational Banner. In April 1982, he headed to the Falkland Islands on the MV Norland on Operation Corporate as a member of 3 Section 11 Platoon, D Company, 2 Para. He was wounded during the night fighting at Goose Green by a bullet lodged in his webbing, caused a large burn to his stomach. He was casevaced to the field hospital in Ajax Bay. He decided that he wanted to return to his unit after being patched up. There showed the tenacity and strength of an airborne soldier. Private Parr was subsequently killed in a friendly fire incident involving a stray 105mm light gun on the final phase of the attack on Wireless Ridge. This blow and blue incident was kept from the family for several years, but subsequently revealed in a book on 2 Para's action on Wireless Ridge. On the 2nd of December 1982, Private Parr had a full military funeral at St Michael's Church in Alton Broad. So that's the history of Private Parr. I hope I haven't missed anything there.
Yeah.
They shall not grow old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. For the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them.
We will.
Yes.